Mistakes of agents.
Hey guys, are we on? We're on. Hey guys, welcome to Novak News. We've got a really special segment here for you tonight. We do apologise for any of the background noise. We're actually out having dinner with Dick from Diacrit. Hey Dick, how are you?
Good. Pumped. Good to see
and
you.
we've got Angie here as well. Angie's also from Diacrit. We've got Mark Kentwell, who is currently on the telephone.
Yeah,
he's back. Get in here, Mark.
Oh, yeah, no worries,
And we've also got Mr. Mark Novak, who is just playing producer at the moment. We've got a super exciting segment here for you tonight. We're going to be talking about the 5... What are we talking about, guys?
We're talking about the 5 biggest mistakes
that agents make.
There's one.
There's no doubt that it's going to evolve.
to 20, 25, 30.
There's one. Hey, Mark, do you want to just introduce yourself as well? Tell the world where you're from. We're going to take the phone away. It's
Yeah,
like
I was going to share mine for your own benefit as well. So, yeah, I own PRD Nationwide Newcastle. Been running that as accounting director for 15 years.
Yeah.
What else do I know? Friendly auctions, author friendly auctions.
Unreal.
Spoke at Eric
Good
15.
stuff. Hey guys, can you just give us a thumbs up out there as well if you can hear us?
Yeah, because there's a mic there.
If you're having issues hearing us, please do say so in the comments and we will try and do something about it.
Yeah.
We're just about to get our dinner served, so we're just going to ad-lib all the way through this tonight. But we've got a super exciting segment. So just again to recap, we are addressing the 5 critical errors that people make and or that agents make. But you know what, we're just going to ad-lib through all of this. It's going to be a fun segment. I'm going to flip over to you, Marky Mark.
Can I just qualify our segment again? I'm sitting between or with some of the most strongest people in their network. So what Dick does is he's got 1,000 photographers and staff, and his business is the biggest in the world. In the photography, digital. How would you sum it up?
I would call every digital content that you have to list your property. That's what we produce. Video, floor plan, photography, all the interactive components that you need in today's world. That's what we do.
So you're qualified to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes that agents make. So I'm just qualifying that. The second person is Mark. Now Mark Kentwell of PRD. And again, did you tag yourself?
No, I was trying to do it, but don't worry, I'm starting.
Jade will tag. Go on to Mark's Facebook for him and tag him and share the post. Mark's otherwise you'll be very sad. Now what Mark so what Mark does is he's got an amazing business in Newcastle, and he's a crazy cat, and he's got 60 to 70 crew in his office. It's a monster real estate office. This guy's pretty qualified to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes.
We'll talk about it. Well, you only get good if you either make the mistakes or learn from other people's mistakes. So,
isn't that the truth?
Don't mind making them to start with, you just got to learn from them.
That's right.
And don't repeat them. Don't repeat them.
Tonight's not really about reveling in agents' mistakes.
No.
It's about if we can teach, if we can display that we know, first of all, that's great for our business, but if we can teach people not to make those mistakes, Angie's part of Diacrit as well. She's the head honcho in Australia. Dick lives in Bangkok and runs his operations from there. And Lisa Novak, you don't need an introduction, do you?
And I'm sitting here in a fur coat. It's a bit cold here in Sydney. We've just come back from AREC as well, so we're fresh off the planes from AREC, and we've learned some really cool stuff there as well. 2,000 or 3,000 agents from around the country and some incredible speakers. God, they had some value to add, didn't they? So we might even just tip on that right at the end. I think that's important as well. But guys, let's get into it. Let's talk about some of the
number 5 biggest mistake that agents make. Let's start with number 5.
We haven't ranked them, but I mean, me and Angie coming from the visualization part and presentation, globally overall, agents, what we see they miss out on, the ones that miss out, they actually don't promote and present their properties to their true value that it should. And really from everything from in today's society, I mean, we're sitting here with the Novak's beautiful kids, they're young, they're on their phones, they're going on social, they're looking at Pinterest. They want stuff, we demand stuff that looks amazing, and we basically want to touch it. So the interactives and the engagement that we want to see is something that I feel a lot of agents still in today 2019 are missing out.
And is that really for real? Like, how can you say an agent in this day and age is not getting it right?
I mean,
it's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Like we talk about this in the car on the way over. So presentation, we're talking presentation here. It's a huge category. Like it's from the little tiny things like ensuring that the owner tidies up the house. But I mean, let's just assume anyone with a pulse has explained to an owner that's important. If it's not on your generic brochure, at least, you know, that you're setting out before your listing appointment. But home staging is still only being used in like probably 10, 20, 30% of
max 10, max 10, max 10.
Yeah, like across Australia wouldn't be more than 10%.
No.
People are happy to reduce their property by 5-10% when it's not selling because they somehow think that's the market's fault, not the agents or theirs. But they won't spend $5,000 on staging that could make a $50,000, $100,000 difference.
But do you know what else, Mark? The other thing is that home staging doesn't always have to be the stylist coming in and putting the beautiful lounges and the flowers and the artwork, right? These days we can do virtual digital furniture, and that comes in at about $100 a room. You know, so that's an option as well. So for the vendor that doesn't want that beautiful staging done, these days we can just drop in virtual digital furniture, which means that we can digitally strip out the room, all the furniture in the room, and digitally we can put in beautiful furniture which makes that present amazingly online. And the crazy bit is, because a lot of people say, but hang on, they're going to get to my property and that beautiful green velour lounge that was in the marketing is not in the home. People don't actually remember what brought them to the property. They just know that they arrived.
They just want to get pulled in for sure.
That's
I think
the
also
critical thing.
Today as consumers we want to fall in love and we want to get more and more connected.
Yes.
So our expectation is that you're going to give us content that allow us to get more and more obsessed with that home.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of the marketing that's missed by a majority of homes that we look at today. You only have to jump on to any of the portals to find that there's just not enough information to really fall in love with.
And make no mistake, the better you package something up, the more you sell it for.
100%.
The better you package something up, the more you sell it for. And Apple's a great example of that. You just look at the packaging when you buy an Apple.
I can't throw it away.
Can't throw it away.
I've got
It's a full of Apple products.
boxes.
And properties are the same.
Yes.
I'm not attached to the box. I'm just
With a few more zeros after it. Yes.
No, the packaging it is.
So we're pegging number 5.
Guys, can we just get a thumbs up again? Sorry, we're
sharing mics.
We're sharing lapel mics. Just give us a thumbs up if you can hear us, please. We're just going to continue
little baby
to
thumbs up. Just
just a little thumbs up if you can hear us. That'd be awesome. This is a very funny setup. We should swing the camera around at the end and show everyone what we're doing.
Where we are, in case you're wondering where we are, we're at the best ribs in Sydney.
The presentation
in
of
the world.
Maybe the
Our
best
food's
ribs.
all sitting behind us, salivating.
Maybe the best ribs in the world. Where's that?
Hurricanes in Bondi.
That's where we are.
We've all got more content on each point, but we want to keep it to like a time frame that's going to work.
Spot on. All right, guys. So what's next? Next critical area.
Okay, so
pricing.
what I thought really important, during the week I had a bit of content go up, and I used the words one agent failed, Novak nailed, and I think this comes to mistakes that agent makes. And again, if you read back on my feed, someone was having a go saying I shouldn't revel in someone's loss or someone stuffing up, but where I feel really passionate about, and I wrote all animals are not equal, I saw you comment on it, but where I feel really passionate about is why is it that one agent can be marketing the same property, same product on realestate.com, on domain.com.au, no result in 20 weeks. Right?
It's insane.
It's insane.
It's insane.
And one agent comes along behind that. How the hell did that agent sell it within a week?
Because it's a Mark Novak.
Where was the mistake?
I just had this happen. It's the exact same thing. Okay, 2 properties, same apartment block, really similar apartments.
It's a great one.
One agent has had the property on for over 50 days. We brought the property to market, different marketing, diacrit photos, okay? We brought the property to market and it was sold within 4 days. Now, those guys have still got their property on the market, so you tell me.
No, but I mean, it's a combination. It's a combination.
Same property,
so
same pricing.
they haven't presented properly.
Yes,
they haven't
I agree.
marketed properly.
I agree.
They don't have a good database to work from. they basically underperform in the 3 key
So
areas.
It's like a real estate
Yeah,
agent.
but again, I'm working with
Amazing.
2,000 offices.
There's a couple of real estate agents on
Yeah,
here. Can
yeah.
we just go through those slowly again? They're
No,
good,
but-
all
but-
right?
But I mean,
Yeah, no, but those
the
points
first
are
of it,
critical,
really,
I reckon.
they haven't presented.
everywhere.
They haven't presented in the right way. They haven't marketed in the right
that was
way,
one of our
and they
five
probably don't have a database like you guys have, where you know who's looking for which apartment, what are they looking for at what time, and really, if you have those
Yeah.
3, you would get not just a buyer, you would get the price that the vendor is
Okay,
searching
so here's
for.
the question. Is it the market or is it the agent?
Yeah, but it's more the agent, because if the agent
Yeah.
would present it,
Yeah.
if he or she would market it, and then obviously if he or she had a database,
Yes.
then because you
Yes.
sold it in the market, you managed to do it
That's
after
it.
they
We're all-
tanked
We're all
it
working the same
for 50
market. I mean,
days.
it's
Not
in the
just that,
same
but there
block.
was-
It's not a different market, right?
Right.
So that thing that you just mentioned there,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
marketing
yeah,
and
yeah.
database, they fit under 2 of our other categories because this will help speed it up a bit and we'll keep flowing. But the marketing sits above the presentation as another layer, right? So you can have it beautifully presented with the best group photos and amazing floor plans and the interaction and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
it's like some people say, there's no point building a billboard in the forest, right? Because no one's going there. So you need to make sure it's in all the channels that those buyers could be.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's-
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and look,
yeah.
if it requires an investment from the owners, agents have actually got to be good showing the owner why that money has an ROI, a return on
Yeah.
investment.
Yeah.
So, like, that's
Spot
what we're good
on.
at in Australia. The best agents are better at it than others. And you've got to have a true belief that the value of what you're recommending to the owners in terms of cost is greater than what it costs.
That's right.
And
100%.
you'll never get that across to the owner if you don't believe that. So owners and agents are watching this, but you can both have the same mindset. And I think in our
Yeah.
agency, we have the belief that any recommendation we give to an owner or every conversation we have to a buyer,
Yes.
I'm trying to be on the mic.
We're trying to be on the mic. We're all snuggling into
Yeah,
it.
any recommendation to an owner, any conversation with a buyer,
Yes.
it needs to be to the point of transparency where if the owner or the buyer was listening to you or a competitor was listening to you, they have nothing but praise, but you're saying the right things. You know, so it's got to be in a way that you're navigating the guidelines you've got.
Yeah.
And promotion is just one of them. And you can field test these things. You get the results. You form the belief. You communicate it with everyone
Yeah.
around you. And then you go into these appointments and you help the owners understand that it's not a case of choose me because ... It's like if I don't recommend this to you, it's a
Yeah.
disservice. So I think agents
that's
get
right.
a bit fearful of recommending things that cost money to owners.
Yeah.
No,
They say, well, they're not going to go
100%.
with me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
that's not that at all.
And if
Yes.
you're an owner selling or even renting your property, you make some of these fundamental mistakes. It can cost you
Yeah.
50 grand.
Minimum,
Yeah.
It
minimum.
can cost you 50 grand.
Again.
So this is big ticket item that you want to make sure these things are right.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yes.
we're very holistically talking about a lot of big stuff at the moment, but you acutely have to get these things right.
Yes.
Perfectly nail it, 10 out of 10.
I
The
agree.
big bucks follow
Yeah.
behind it.
So next thing I believe is the product. The product and how that property actually presents. That's a massive thing as well. So when buyers are actually arriving at the property and how does it present? And often it's tricky because we've got tenants in there. But I feel like, again, just getting back to what you were saying, Mark, vendors are nervous to spend money. There is no doubt that if you're going to replace carpet in a property that needs carpet replaced because it looks disgusting, if you're going to outlay that $4,000, I can tell you right now, that money and then some is coming back to
Yes.
you, no
Yeah,
doubt, in the
yes.
sale price,
So that's,
right?
yeah, so that's another
Painting,
tip.
carpeting, yeah.
Field, right? Yeah.
And it's having the confidence to advise the vendor if you need to invest that money, being able to show that you're going to get the result that you need for it.
Definitely, definitely.
This
So-
is probably a bit out far and wide from
Yeah.
what we've been talking about, but something I also wanted to let you guys know, something I'm very excited about. Northern Beaches property, if you go onto realestate.com, if you went on in November,
Yeah.
you would have found 1,150 odd properties, 1,200 say properties. If you go on now, there's 600.
Right. So the supply's actually dried up.
Half.
Oh my
That's
God.
advantageous for owners now.
Massively.
Less
Massive.
supply.
Hey guys,
similar
I had
demand.
one.
What do you read from that?
Well, I read like supply and
not-
demand
not
is
your
the thing that
market, but-
drives a lot of prices, right? Like, I mean, all these
Yes.
other components affect the price you get within the market. But as a market driver, I mean, supply and demand is one of the strongest. You know, so
Yeah,
if supply is down, like, get your damn property on the market now. Don't wait till spring.
Absolutely.
Everyone else is doing
100%.
it.
Hey guys,
100%.
guess how many buyers I had through an open on Saturday?
You said 100.
100.
100.
Through one
buyers.
property.
I
Through one
reposted that for like
property.
3 channels. That's
Okay,
insane.
But guess what it was?
Tell me.
It was a 2-bed plus guest room apartment in DY. Because everyone was like, what sort of house was it? I was like, no. It wasn't a house.
There's no stock.
This was an apartment in DY, 100
There's no stock.
I pulled up to the open and there was a traffic jam. And little did I know, the traffic jam was as a result of the open house.
Wow.
5 on that.
Anyway, we're
if we pull
crazy.
that back, and another great example of the top 5.
Yes.
What are the fatal errors that could have been made in that campaign?
Wow.
To
so many.
not generate those numbers.
I mean, we did like a DIY rescue. This was a beautiful property, don't get me wrong, but we did a DIY rescue. I can tell you now, the critical thing was the vendors listened to the information that was given by the specialists.
But you said to
Right?
me you've
That's
never
what
spent
happened.
that much time on preparing a property to go on the market.
Best marketing we've ever done.
Out of any of your
I have to
properties.
show you the photos, Dick. Again, it was
Preparation.
diacritic photos, best marketing we've ever done. Ever. Like, these photos were absolutely legendary photos.
And look,
Everything was
we're not
right.
here
The
to
price
promote
point was
diacritic.
right.
You really should,
Yeah.
your agent should be using diacritic.
But the thing is, if
4-hour photo shoot.
But again,
4-hour
if
photo
you
shoot.
attract 100 buyers to a 2-bedroom in this market,
Right.
then again, presentation and of course marketing in your database,
fluke.
it's not a fluke.
not a fluke.
Yeah.
It's a recipe for success.
Yep.
And again,
So-
in a market that
Yes.
shifted from a seller's market to a buyer's market in 6 months,
Yes.
you need to do everything you can to find not just a buyer, the buyers.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you will not sell the property.
Well, that's it, because otherwise, like, well, I'm sure there were other 2 to 3 bedroom apartments, let's say in DY, that were on the market on Saturday. Where were their 100 buyers?
They
I
came
think
to
I'm
you.
like,
They came to you.
Right?
I think it's important as well. I mean, we're talking a lot about photography, and photography is important. It is the base of marketing. But it's not enough anymore to just do good photography. You need to have other elements, and I know I touched on it just then.
Yeah.
But what you guys do is not just have our great photos, but you're giving interactive floor plans. You're giving interactive
People love that.
walkthroughs. They
I feel
want,
very
you know,
passionate about that.
yeah, and I
And
think
they
that's-
engage.
They
They engage.
so they want to come.
Yes.
They fall in
Yes.
love.
They emotionally
get
fall
that
in love.
Emotional
Yes.
connection. And I think that's a
Okay,
big part of
so-
it.
And baby talk is, for 10 years, our industry, baby talk, you like that? Do I smell like alcohol?
I call it Heinz. He had a massive night last night. If he looks
7
tired,
That's right.
he's come over.
But baby
We're not even
talk,
going to lie about it.
for 10 years,
You're seeing
for
Bria
10
just
years,
over there,
floor
like-
plans, floor plan and photo has not changed. That's all you can see online. The
Yeah,
game's changed.
yes.
Now, rather than spending 60 seconds on a property, people are spending 5 minutes with Novak.
10
You're at
10
10
minutes,
minutes.
10
Oh,
minutes,
yeah.
10 minutes.
Our dwell time on a property is 10 times longer
Yeah.
than the industry standard. You'd be the same.
That's how you
and
attract
more
100
engagement
people.
tools are better. So this is still on a marketing presentation. We've got to get on to another recommendation here because we know that
Yes.
people got short attention spans.
Go.
8 seconds.
Mark,
Go, son,
Mark
go.
included.
I'm going to say that one of the biggest mistakes agents make, and I'm happy for the whole industry to get better at this. It's not
Yes.
like we're hiding these secrets. We're on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Is they've got to get skilled up to the point of mastery on every sale method. They can't just be good at private treaty, like just because that's what they teach you when you do your online course. Like I know you do a mock auction when you get your real estate license, but that's not teaching you how to run an auction campaign, right? Every agent in Australia knows how to run a good auction, or a
Yes.
friendly auction like we do, which is a consumer version of auction.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
even better. It's still an auction. We still use Damien Cooley. We still do the whole process. It's just better on the consumer. But you got to be good at auction. You got to be good at EOI. You got to be good
Yeah.
at private treaty. Or you can't actually put it in front of an owner and either recommend the best one or have them choose the best one based
Yes.
on the description.
Yes.
So agents are doing superstar numbers, well in their mind superstar numbers, and they're claiming that they're superstars, but they're
Yeah.
actually only doing one sale method. Like I just think they need to have a good hard look at whether they are actually the consumer
Well, which-
professional or not.
I think that the message there is which is the best method for that property.
And the client.
And making sure that we
and the
make that
timing.
And the client.
educated. Yeah, that's
Instead of
right.
the one
making
that the
sure that
agent's
we're
comfortable
that's
with.
right.
Yeah.
Making sure we're making that educate. I mean, this evening we've just finished doing a best and fairest. Right, we had the 100 buyers that came through. We had 6 offers come in.
Yeah, of course.
Best and fairest. That's what's best for the purchasers. That's what's best for our vendor. You know, and understanding what that looks like. And, yeah.
So it's different for every agency.
Yeah, I agree
But
with you,
everyone,
Mark.
I think
Yes.
everyone needs to skill up. Like you go to university and to get a degree in something. In Sweden, it's a 3-year degree to get a real
Yeah.
estate license.
Yeah.
What is it in Australia? It's like 3 hours to get your certificate.
It should
3 days to get your license.
It should be. I mean, professional beasts like you, and you say not everybody's equal in the jungle. You're a beast.
Not everybody's equal in the jungle. What are you? What are you in the jungle?
I'm just I'm the cheetah or whatever. So with that said, I mean, if you're killing it in the market, you're doing it because you innovate, and you believe long term that this is a profession that deserves to be a profession of 2-3 years of university. Because clearly,
if they're not making that compulsory, at least go and learn longer than that. I mean, there's people who've been in the game 20 years. They've done the same year in real estate 20 times.
Yes.
They have not done 20 years. They've done a year and they've hit repeat.
I just want look at our kids here eating and drinking. I love it.
Well, we should be at least drinking. Eating. Okay, and we're going to get on to another one here. By qualification.
Yes.
It's either a lost art or a never learnt art in, I reckon, like 50+% of agencies. I'll go as far as saying 80. When I go into open homes, and I field test all the time, not just in my area, I've seen enough in my area, I've got enough people on the ground in my area. I go into areas, Sydney, Melbourne, wherever, go to an open home, see how many questions you get asked. Big in Thailand.
You guys should be here.
No, he wish he was. He wish he is.
So, like, when we're talking qualification, we're talking about getting into detail. Like, and I think one of their flaws with being so connectable and easy to get hold of, like mobile numbers, for example, are just taking calls while they're on the road. Oh, yeah, open home's 3 o'clock, see you there, bang, end of call. Right? A buyer qualification call, if an agent's asked the right questions and they're engaging the client well, they ring up and ask for a price guide. That call should still go for 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, what great message
and it's not because you're forcing your way in the door like a vacuum cleaner salesman. You are asking them questions, right? And those questions are designed to help the buyer better. And this comes back to database. It's great to have a database. What the point of having a database if you're using 10% of its functionality?
And to serve your customer, to serve your buyers. Because again, you need to know what they're searching for. Because again, why you get 100 people through, why you sell your property for record pricing, is because you have your database. You know your buyers, when they're, what they're in the market for.
You know, just going back to that campaign again and how we can bring that into what you're saying, Mark, was that we did not wait until today to ring the buyers. Those buyers were contacted on Saturday, and there was a lot of them, right? They were contacted on Saturday. We camped on them all day to make sure that we had all of those offers coming in
Sunday
and a result for our vendor today. Yeah, right, because you've got to be working hard with those buyers.
And it's got to go somewhere. No point just working with them like that open. Yes. Oh, no. Okay, well, we haven't got anything like that. Bye. See you next time you inquire on realestate.com. That's right. You're not investing your client's money in all these promotional tools so that you can start from scratch.
No.
You've got a base you've started at before you list the property.
100%.
These are buyers you've got deep history with. This one's been 18 months, this one's been 24 months, this one's been 6 weeks, but they've looked at 9 things.
That's right, because the owner was saying, maybe I shouldn't sell because they've only been in the market for 24 hours. But Lisa's comment was, the buyers haven't been in the market for 24 hours.
Yes,
and it's only 600 on the market. They've been searching for months, and again, they want to buy now. Close the deal. Close the deal.
So the owner felt like too short, but the buyers did not. So as an agent, that's a great agent explaining and
presented, marketed. Again, good. Check through the buyer expectation. Then
method for the client.
And again, it's not how long that property's been on the market. It's how long the buyers have been in that market.
Precisely.
And how many buyers you've got talking to you.
The buyer who had his offer accepted, and hopefully we're exchanging at the moment, he's been looking for it like a year.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, he's super qualified.
Yeah.
He's seen all the properties.
So when he finds it, he wants it.
Correct.
He's got the funding. He's done. He will buy it, and if that's within 24 hours, close it.
Do you want to hear a mistake I found in that?
Yes.
An agent doesn't explain accurately, and understand the dilemma the owner's in. Because if you're a softy agent, you could say, look, that's cool. 100 people, but next week we'll probably get 80. Let's go and see how we go. That's not in an owner's interest.
It's
not.
Not
in an owner's interest.
So
that's a mistake that a bit of a softy agent could walk into the next week. Next thing you know, you're in week 3. You don't have the first thing you have.
Because the buyer bought something else. Yeah, absolutely.
But not only that, I felt that the vendor, I could feel that she felt like it had all happened quite quickly. And when I hung up the phone, I actually felt uncomfortable. I called her back and said, do you know what? this is all going a little bit too fast for you. Take the time that you need, and understanding what your clients, understanding what your client is feeling. Get involved in that emotion, for God's sakes. We're selling someone's home. Someone's buying a home, and understanding that. That's another critical error that agents make. I know Tom Panos refers to it as commission breath, right? We're selling someone's home. Put the emotions first, guys. The money will come later. That's a big critical
definitely.
one.
So last one, and probably if we're ranking, this one's got to be right up there, particularly in changing market dynamics.
Yes.
It's got to be pricing. And just understanding what's going on in the landscape around you, and having the agent not only knowledge but the courage, the 15 seconds of courage, or even the 15 minutes, because you take more time explaining it, to go through how to get engagement with the market at a price, and how your sale method is going to help take you to where it needs to be, the maximum result of the market. But if you don't fully understand the comparable properties in the market before you go in, even if you're using a price method that's got like a range as opposed to a fixed price, or a guide instead of a price, or a tender or an EOI or whatever it might be, when you get the inquiry, the buyers are still going to want to have a conversation about price, even if it's not marketed that way, right? If you've only looked at RP data, CoreLogic RP data, or Price Finder, at those little tiny postage stamp photos, and all you know about that property is when it was sold and the price it went for and how many square meters the block was, man, like your owners might as well do the pricing.
They're
They'll know more than you will.
meat out of you.
You've got to either have gone inside these properties. Now, if you've got good market share, you've appraised it, even if you didn't take the listing. It's not all agents don't get a listing because they weren't the best agent. You might have knocked it back on owner not going with your recommendations. You might have not gone with it because you weren't a match. They weren't a match for paying the fee that you're worth. All that sort of stuff. But you've got to know the stock.
Spot on.
Yeah, so look, I think because we're being like over 20 minutes, we've got to give this people a chance to eat.
We've just got. If anyone's got any questions, just while we're wrapping up, feel free to whack them up. We will try and get to answer them.
Now we'll answer them.
We're happy to answer them right now.
And I'd like to make a very very big statement. As an agent, we mark, we score the market. We call it either a seller's market or we call it a buyer's market. We score it all the time.
Yes.
It normally takes about 18 months to swing, or 24 months to swing from the buyer's market to a seller's market. I'd like to put the line in the sand today. I reckon we're going now, as of the last week.
2 weeks.
I reckon we're going from a buyer's market distinctly. The buyers had it in their court the last 12 months for sure. I reckon we're line in the sand. I reckon we're going to start morphing over the next 18 to 24 months. I'm feeling it. Definitely.
And tomorrow we may have an interest rate drop.
Most likely, And we got another one in July, another one in August. I mean, there's a lot of
It's all heading
again.
Guys, we do have a very urgent question that's been asked by one of our viewers. Where is the rakia? Where is the rakia? Where is the rakia?
I'll swap with a burger.
We're going to eat, and we're going to have the sangria, and I've got 3 old fashions organised here. You got your Aperol spritz.
Guys, thank you so much to these crew.
We'll answer if you do it while we're still able.
Thank you so much to these guys for coming in. It's been super fun. We apologise for the noise. Hurricanes Bondi.
I don't apologise for my noise.
Turn it around and just see the food.
And thank you to our girls as well.
Pull the whole tripod, Jade. The whole tripod.
And we'll post this so you can watch it later. Share it with your friends.
We're just going to swing the camera around. You can see the
And share this post with your friends.
Look at that.
Share the whole thing.
Share the post. Look at that.
Get that into us.
Guys,
Can we please eat?
Next Monday night, 8 o'clock. Thank you guys.
Bye-bye.